Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a mid-month combination of ranking of my subscription box products from last month after I had a chance to test all of them, and also a mini empties and new products that I purchased over the last month. For any of the subscription box products that I mention, you will be able to go into my videos and into the product review playlist and look at any of the individual reviews. I'm going to get a chance to tell you about the products from my least favorite that I received to my most favorite, and I'll give you a little bit more information about what I found about them, what I was reaching for, anything that is a little bit more in-depth instead of a first impressions, which is what most of my reviews were. So let's get started. The subscription box products were actually kind of hard to rank. I put them in the order they are for a few different reasons. There could be combinations of me liking the product but not liking the color, which made it perhaps a little lower on the list than it would be if it was the same formula and the same product but in a color that I felt more suited for me. I'm also just putting them a little bit in the order of how I end up reaching for them over the time that I've had them so far. The number 10 product and the lowest on the list is this Hikari eyeliner in Raven. If you watch the video, it tells you everything you need to know. The only two times that I have worn this were the times that I showed you in the video where it just became a huge mess under my eyes, transferred onto everything, moved up on my eyelid. It wasn't that easy to put on. I will tell you that it is creamy and it is nice and dark, but I cannot figure out a way to wear this without it getting all over my face and making me look like a panda. So I'm sorry to say, especially because it's a full-size product, that this is the lowest one on my list. In the number 9 spot is the Befine exfoliating cleanser. There's a couple of reasons that this ended up at the bottom. I don't think it's necessarily the worst product, but I'm not a fan of exfoliating, physical exfoliating cleansers. It was a little more gentle than I expected it to be, but I kind of felt like my face was getting bumpy after using it a couple of times, and I stopped using it because I thought that this might have been the culprit. Also, after reading a bit more about the company, I don't know, I wasn't a huge fan of the what we should do is use food on our face because that's what's best for us, created by a grocery buyer person. I'm not buying into that. So mostly because I found this wasn't doing anything very good for my skin is why it's in the number 9 position. The number 8 position goes to the Vasanti flat foundation brush. It's not a bad brush. The reason it's in the number 8 position is because other than the one time that I tested this to put on my foundation, I have not reached for it or used it. If you are a person who enjoys applying your foundation with a flat foundation brush, you would probably like it. I don't do that, so I'm just not reaching for it, unfortunately. From here on out, we're getting into products that I actually did enjoy and have been reaching for. And in the number 7 spot is the one product that I did not do a review on, and at first was a little disappointed about, and now I actually quite enjoy it, and that is this crown brush. It's very soft, and at first I was excited about it, and then I was less excited about it because it's not super dense or like it's very flexible. So I was starting to wonder, what am I going to use this for? Because it just didn't seem as dense as I wanted it to be. And then I realized how much I really enjoy this for blush. So for the last week, I've been reaching for this for blush because I find it helps me have a really light hand in putting my blush on. And it helps me have a little bit more of a more natural look because this is not really so dense or so compact. It only picks up perhaps a little bit of product and distributes it more lightly. So I do enjoy this. I have been reaching for it. It's only in this position on the chart because I could do blush with other brushes that I have, so it's nothing spectacular, but it is a nice brush and I have been using it. The number 6 position goes to the Pure Lip Lure, and this is the product that is only this far down the list because of the color. It is a lip lacquer and I really like it. I really like the formula of it. I like the way that it applied. I love how bright it is. It's just not a color that I can comfortably wear in my day-to-day life. It's more of a special event color for me. So other than the one day that I tested it, I haven't reached for it. If this was more of a nude or a pinky nude color, something a little more muted, I would probably be reaching for it all the time. It is moisturizing and it is bright and it is super pigmented. I love the packaging on it. I really like it. It's only that the color isn't the color for me. The number 5 position goes to the APSA Toner, and this is also a little bit of an Empties because I worked my way through this. It took about 3 weeks. You can watch the whole 3-week test I did for this. It's sort of middle of the road because I think it is a good toner. I think over time it would probably do some really great things for my skin. It only made a minimal difference because of I was only able to test it for 3 weeks. So it doesn't do a spectacular difference. I like what it did, so it is sort of mid-range on here. The top 4 products here could all probably be switched around a little bit because I really enjoyed all 4 of them. So they're so close that a lot of them could all be mixed around. So don't take it as the number 4 product is not nearly as good as the number 1 product. It's a very close call for these 4. But in my number 4 position is the Project Beauty Hair Gurt. You can watch the review for this. It was actually my most popular review so far. And I have used this a few times since, and I really do like it. It really smooths the hair really nicely. It smells amazing. It smells like candy. And the thing is too, that smell stays in your hair, and not in a overwhelming way, but I do find that it really adds to the experience, the good smell that this has. And not only that, you will continue to smell it not only until you shampoo your hair again, but after the next time you wash your hair. Even if you don't use this, when your hair gets wet again, you will smell that smell a little bit again. So that actually lets me know a little bit that the product is hanging in there and doing something for my hair, which I like. So this is a good product. I'm really glad it's a full size. I'm looking forward to using this a number more times. In the number 3 spot is my Studio Makeup On The Go palette. I do find that I've been reaching for this for all of my eye looks this month, and I'm finding that I have a few favorite colors in here now that I've been playing around with it for a while. I really like this slightly shimmery yellow, and I really like it for an inner corner highlight. I like it for a middle of the lid highlight. This is sort of my go-to color for a number of different looks that I've been doing. I really, really like that color in there. When I was recording the review video for this, I mentioned that I didn't know where I would go to buy this. I actually did receive an email from the company. They had a part on their website where they said, if you want to know where to buy this in store, send us an email. So I did. It took them about 3 days to get back to me. And the Excel file, 2 Excel files they sent me, they didn't even put them into one, were obviously their own internal Excel files because they were sorted by store number. It was highlighted in different ways. It had marked on there which ones were test stores. It was a document that could have been prettied up quite a bit if you're planning on sending it out to the consumer. So there were about 3 stores in my city that were actually selling studio makeup, and I went to one. It was a Rexall here in Ottawa, and I took a look at the display. I will insert that footage here. One of the interesting things I noticed when I was at the display, and you may recall this from my review, this palette seemed out of whack with the cost of the rest of their makeup. It seemed to be a bit high. And I also noticed when I was looking at the display that this palette was not there. And there was also no place for this palette on the display. So I kind of feel like perhaps they made this palette to go out in Boxycharm and priced it slightly high to make it look like it was a higher value that you were getting, because I feel like if they were actually selling this in store, it might be more of like a $25 value, which is in line with the palette they did have there, which is their Nudes palette, which has 8 pans in it and a primer and a brush and a mirror, which this one does not have, but this is priced at $50. So I do like this. I am reaching for it. I've been using it for a lot of looks, but I did want to include that information about being able to buy their other products. In the top 2 positions are 2 things that I have been reaching for all the time, and you could really interchange these 2. So I'll talk about them together. Number 2 is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and number 1 is the Ico I Do eyeliner. The only reason that I put this one step below this one is this does get a little clumpy. So I've found a way to use it a little bit better now. I don't go back and forth on my eyelashes so much as I just pull it straight through. Also, when I bring this out, I wipe the end of the tip off a little bit to get some of the clumps off, and then I really use it as a lengthening mascara, and I like it that way. At first, when I wasn't really sure how to use this, I was finding I was a bit messy with it, but now I seem to have gotten it down, and it really is a really nice blackening, lengthening mascara, and I have been reaching for it almost every day. This eyeliner is the eyeliner that I am constantly reaching for if I want to use black eyeliner. It does sometimes wear off a little if my eyes are watering and I'm touching my eyes and things like that, but it goes on smoothly. It is very black. I really like the way it looks. This has become my go-to eyeliner. So that is my final review of the products that I received in my September Boxycharm and Ipsy boxes and bags. At the time of recording this video, I've received my Boxycharm box for next month, and I am sure I'm going to receive my Ipsy bag probably on Monday. I'm recording this video on the weekend, so the video after this one will probably be the unboxing and unbagging of my October subscription boxes. For the rest of this video, let's do a little bit of a mini empties and what I've purchased for myself this month. Dump all this stuff out here. The first empty I'm going to talk about I actually threw out because I ran out of it near the start of the month, and I wasn't thinking about saving these things. So the first thing that I ran out of that I don't have the bottle of is my Batiste Extra Volume Dry Shampoo. And I was so sad when I ran out of it because it is really my second day hair product. My first day is when I wash my hair and I tend to wear it down, either straight or curly. And then my hair really does tend to get greasy overnight into the second day. So I use my Batiste Extra Volume Dry Shampoo, put that through it, let it sit for a little bit while I wash my face and do a few other things, and then I tend to rub it in and then put it up in a ponytail, and it gives me a ponytail with a little bit of volume around the roots instead of being super slick back. Because I have such fine straight hair, it tends to do that. But the dry shampoo gives it that volume, takes away the grease, and I'm really sad that I ran out of it. And it's not, for me to go and get another one, I have to make a specific trip to a store that I don't go to that often. So I had this idea that I would try a different kind of dry shampoo, and I'll get to that in the what I bought. My next empty this month is my Garnier Skin Active Micellar Water. I really like this. This is the first micellar water I have ever used. I didn't have a problem with it. I thought it worked really well, but I have heard and watched some reviews where they say they don't like this one very much, that they feel like it leaves a film. So I thought I would try something different as my next micellar water. But I did enjoy this one. It lasted for a good long time, and it's a good price. My last empty is my daytime moisturizer, and that is the L'Oreal Revitalift. It is the Day Lotion Triple Power, and it has broad spectrum protection and SPF 20. This is my retinol product that I use in the day. So I think this lasted me about 3 months, I want to say. It seemed to last a good long time. It seems to do good things for my skin. It does help smooth it out, makes the texture a little bit better, it helps the cells turn over faster. So I find it helps with acne, it helps with wrinkles, it just makes my face look fresher. So I was kind of bummed to run out of this, and it's one of these things that once it goes, like the last pump is good and then nothing after that. Basically, my what I purchased new this month are the replacements for the things I just showed. I bought Herbal Essences dry shampoo. I've used this a couple of times and I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. I'm going to admit I was being cheap. This is a very low cost dry shampoo and I thought, hey, why not? I actually did not notice this mint picture on it until I got it home and sprayed it and was like, whoa, that's minty? That's not... I'm not sure how I feel about my hair smelling like mint. It leaves no white on your hair whatsoever, but I also don't really know if I feel like it's working. It doesn't give me that same volume that my Batiste does, so I don't like it quite as much for spraying it in, and I was spraying a lot of this in my hair yesterday, which was my second hair day, and it wasn't giving me that ponytail pullback volume that I like to have, but I did feel at the end of the day that it had controlled the oils in my hair all day. I mean, I'm a person who's going to get a product and I'm going to keep using it until it's gone. So I will keep using this, and when this shows up again in an Empties video, I will give you my final thoughts on it. I wanted to get a new micellar water, and I wanted to try one that I thought I had seen recommended by a few people. At first I wanted to get the Bioderma one, and then I realized it was like $27 for micellar water. The Garnier one that I bought is like $10 and has more product in it. And I just, well, maybe not more product, but it was like significantly less expensive. So I just couldn't bring myself to pay that much for micellar water. I was looking at a few other ones, and then I found this simple one, and I feel like I've seen this recommended by a few people. So it's a sensitive skin one. It's, again, I think it was around $10. I know it was closer to my Garnier one in price. And so far, I guess it's okay. It says no artificial perfumes or dyes. I kind of find if I've used this a couple times, I've only used this a couple times so far, you can see there's a lot of it left in there. When I go to use it to take off a product on my lips, like a liquid lipstick or something like that, I get kind of a faint vinegar smell off of it, which is strange to me. And I don't feel like when I open it up and smell it, I could smell vinegar, but when it's on a cotton pad and close to under my nose, there's a vinegar smell. But this is what I'm going to be trying for the next little while to take off my makeup. It seems to be doing the job fine. I just don't know how I'm feeling about the smell of it. It's very faint, but I'm going to have to see. My last purchases this month are to replace my daytime moisturizer, and it came in a special combination pack with a new nighttime moisturizer. So I decided to try the Olay Regenerist. When I was comparing them in the store, this seemed to have the same active ingredients, and it also has SPF in it, although 15 instead of 20, but I don't think you should be relying on a moisturizer for your SPF anyway. I think it's a nice bonus, but especially for somebody with freckly skin like me, I need actual sunscreen. I find this actually has kind of a sweet smell, almost bubblegummy, very, very faint, but I do smell it there. But this has the same active ingredients in it, but at a higher percentage. So I thought, okay, if I like the way that that product worked and the ingredients that were in that, then this one would probably be good to try out. And it came in a package with this. So I got to try this for maybe $10 more. And this is the Olay Regenerist Regenerating Night Recovery Cream Moisturizer. I have only used this twice so far, but I really like it. It's got this really nice, luxurious texture to it. It's got almost a fresh smell, maybe a little sweet, but it just feels really luxurious. I've twice used this so far. I put it on my whole face at night, and the next morning when I woke up, it's like I know I shouldn't be touching my face, but it was like I couldn't stop touching my face. It just felt so soft and so nice, and I love this. What I've been using until now has been CeraVe moisturizing cream moisturizer at night, and I think that's a good product. It's, you know, inexpensive, it's pretty bare bones, it has hyaluronic acid, which, you know, is also moisturizing, but I think I really like this. So I'm gonna keep trying it out and let you know what I think about it. Those are all the products that I went through or bought or tried out in the end of September and start of October. Thank you so much for joining me for this, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Please subscribe if you haven't so far, and have a wonderful day. Thanks so much.